Hey, so Miley Cyrus is here, guys.
Yay!
Now that I know the standard and practices of this radio show, know what I can and can't
Do you know
say.
the 7 curse words that you're not allowed to say?
Hole, apparently.
No. Ass and hole together.
The
combination.
Yes, combo.
You actually think one of the words was just the word hole?
No, but I didn't know. I don't know. I don't do radio that
Asshole
often.
shit.
Piss actually is bad.
Yeah.
You can't piss on someone, but you can be pissed
You can
off.
be pissed.
You could be pissed.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. On. It's fired.
Fired. Out of here. FCC
times.
Motherfucker. You could do mother by itself, but you can't do fucker.
Thank you.
I
bro.
would get that.
You
Was
are
that was right there, right?
We're covering some new ground today. We really are. Really doing some good stuff.
This is what I thought we would be covering with Miley Cyrus.
Me too. Hey, so wait, when's your album coming out? Is it out?
No, We Can't Stop is out, and then later on this year I'll have out my record.
Yo, but listen, Miley's in here breaking records. 10.7 million views in
Like
24 hours.
Yeah, broke
Yo,
the
that's
record.
beating Justin Bieber. That's crazy.
Whoa. Everybody hang on. She's the twerk queen. Of course she's gonna work. What's Justin Bieber doing in his video? He's not twerking. He's not twerking.
True. But they do have something in common, you and Justin Bieber.
Our hair?
Number one, you're
What?
twins. Number 2, friends with Odd Future.
Yeah.
Who from I saw Damo's in the video.
Yeah.
And who else in there?
Actually, it was a bummer because they were all in Japan when I went, because I was supposed to shoot my video 2 weeks before, and so they were all going to be in the video. Basically, everyone was going to be there. And Jasper, who is very open about his love for me on Twitter.
Yes, he is. He's very open about everything.
Yeah,
Jasper.
randomly, I'll just be his like profile picture one day or something. I'll just be like his Abby or something. So he was supposed to be in the video, which I was like so excited that they were going to be, and then they had to go out of town. They were in Japan, so I was a little bit.
So just a couple of them.
Yeah, just the homies.
Wait, so
The homies are.
at what point in your life you went from this Disney? Because I have a fixation with.
Oh, he doesn't stop talking
like
about
the
this.
whole progress from Disney, this pristine thing, to this ratchet twerk queen. Like,
oh my God.
I love it. I celebrate it. I talk about it. Where did this happen, and where were you like, yo, listen, this is who I am. I'm the twerk queen.
I did the smart thing, which was instead of like working and going directly from being on a show to just like going right into work, I just had 2 years of just hanging out where I was like, you know what? I worked really hard. I'm going to buy a dope house and do whatever I want in it and become whoever I'm supposed to be within these next 2 years and just like fuck up as much as I want without being on the show, right? As much as I want, because if you're by yourself and you're not, it's not like I was going out and I wasn't like, that's why I never really, it wasn't, I don't think I like felt like that, was just because I was like always protected by myself. So I was really lucky that I grew up like that, so I could take myself away and just like become who I was and then come out and almost start as a new artist. That's what I kept telling people is with Can't Stop in the video and everything, I wanted it to be different because I want it almost, it's, for me, it's like it's starting from like the bottom again.
Killed Hannah Montana.
I don't want to say that. I still get her checks. I still get paid. So yeah.
So have you gotten resistance from your parents, or was it their sort of influence in being a free spirit that made you this way?
My parents are like super free spirits. I mean, they're kind of like, I mean, for us, my parents never like sat me in front of a TV and said, this is who you need to learn from. You need to watch TV and you need to make these like role models and put people on pedestals. My parents taught me themselves. My parents taught me how to be a good person, make good choices, care about people, and really have a good heart in the things that matter. It's not really about, someone told me going out doesn't make you a bad person, just like going to church doesn't make you a good person.
Well said.
That's the kind of the way
Did they have a heart attack when you first shaved your head?
My mom has like extensions down to her butt. My mom's always like, look at my weave, I got a new weave. My mom does
Mom is right.
My mom's asleep right now, but my mom usually has like long blonde hair, and so she's like from the South too, like doesn't leave house without full face of makeup. Actually, I cut my finger off almost one time, and my grandma made me touch up before I went into the hospital to get my fingers back on, because she's like, you don't want your picture taken at the hospital without powder. So yes, I kind of learned like from her. She just kind of was like, just always be who you are and whatever.
So your dad had like a random monster record, at least in mainstream America, if we weren't country fans, weren't familiar with your dad. Then he had this one monster record. Did your life, were you old enough that you remember? How little were you?
I was barely a twinkle in the eye. I was born, but I was like not.
You were a tiny baby.
Yeah, tiny baby.
So from the time you grew up, your dad was always super famous and had money, etc.
Yeah, but my dad kind of did almost what I did. Like he got what he wanted to do, and you go and make the money that you want to make, so then you can just kind of do what you want for the rest of your life. And what my dad wants to do is like be on a farm and ride go-karts around and play with horses and stuff. That's like, that's what he wants to do. So he got himself to a point where he could just do that. And that's what I want to do. I want to work really hard so then I could kind of like do what I want. And if I ever want to take a break, I can. Or, it's not about like money. If I want to tour, I can do the tour that I want to do, because I'll just put all the money into it and do exactly what I want it to be.
So what do you eventually want to do? Because my guess is this moment. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's
I have a real
for
talent.
the rest of her life.
I disagree, bro. I don't think that's going to be
Did
what
you
she
see
does.
her video? Did you
saw
see
it.
the twerking?
But what's next after that? Like, do you see yourself just being like a serious actress or more music? What's the...
I just want to continue to do music. Right now I'm like so at a point in my life where I never really loved like being on sets and being directed and kind of told what to do. I really want to be kind of in control of what I'm doing, and especially with the video, me and Diane we did that together. That was all part of like my vision. So I want to continue creating those things and just making it happen.
Yeah, we're fans of the videos.
Thank you.
So
You see the We Can't Stop video?
Oh no, I thought you meant the twerk videos.
Oh, but I mean it's the
Can't
same.
Stop videos more ratchet.
More
She's wearing
more.
very little
Remember the
clothes.
one that
Yeah.
I had you guys watch
great.
where she had the hood
Oh,
on,
yes.
she's twerking, and then you find out at the end that was like that was almost
That was
like
the
the jump
first.
off,
That was
right?
that was the come up.
Right, the
Where did
come
that
up.
happen?
That was the come up.
That was
Where did
when
that happen?
people-
We just at home messing around?
my friend has like an empty studio. He's a photographer, so he just had like a blank wall. So we were dancing, and then just filmed it on my iPhone, and then tweeted it, and then it
Sensation.
went crazy.
Sensation.
See what I like about
J
the-
Dash was very happy. It was like I don't know how many people knew the WAP until I put it out there.
See, that's what I like about this whole thing, is because you waited to a point in your career where now you can do this, and frankly, everyone around her, and she has mad handlers, of course, and tons of people. But at the end of the day,
Only to keep me on schedule.
That's
Otherwise,
what I'm
because
saying.
I never show up anywhere if I didn't have handlers.
but that's what I'm saying. But the boss is you. So like, there can't be people anymore at your age who can tell you like, I don't know, Miley, you really shouldn't do this. Like, you're clearly doing what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, you kind of. Well, I'm just at a point where I always said this. Like, I did like my time where it was like I did what I was like supposed to do, and someone told me what to do for so long that now it's just like at a point where I don't need, like, I want to keep going up and I want to keep building, but I'm at a point where like I can just do things because I love it. It's not the stress of like I got to build this fan base or I got to make this money or I got to do whatever. I can just kind of, I've got the fans and the people are gonna watch. So
Fans and money. That's true freedom.
Miley's having fun.
freedom.
Did you
True
hear the
freedom.
song, the Yin Yang Twin song?
I did.
The Miley Cyrus.
I did. We were actually watching that last night. I was watching a bunch of fan videos who put a bunch of like my WAP videos in with that song. So
I actually told the Yin Yang Twins just this morning, please go sit down and stop trying to ride the Miley Cyrus train. Like, just go sit down. It's cool. She's might twerk to your video, but I doubt it.
No, I
She's
won't.
got
I
her
probably
own now.
won't. I gotta say that for my,
gotta
for
draw
my
the line. You
music.
gotta draw the
for my
line.
music. And
Yeah.
get the hits
She's
on
not
my
just
shit.
twerk on command.
Exactly.
You can't just see Miley
So
Cyrus.
right now, we're not going to get a twerk for Miley Cyrus. You're not going to kick off these heels. And
And I wouldn't kick him off if I was gonna twerk.
Oh, you twerk
I
in
can twerk
heels.
in heels. Hello, I'm a performer.
How dare I
This is
disrespect?
amateur
Yeah, what are you
How
talking about?
dare I disrespect?
Yeah, girls don't take
No,
their heels
no,
off.
but some of
where,
those-
where have you been going?
Some of those nasty girls on the internet, when they twerk in
ones
their
I like.
kitchen,
Oh, when they do
their
take
shoes
off.
are off. Like,
Yeah, no, I know.
Keep your
but
shoes on, miss.
Come on,
Are you familiar with the twerk team?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you on
Nikki
the twerk?
told me
Yeah.
I was the captain, but
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw that tweet.
yeah. She was
Captain
having
twerk
a
team.
competition, and whoever won the twerk competition, she was gonna take on like vacation or some shit. I'm like, where do I apply?
Yeah, that's
where do I
amazing.
get to go on vacation with Nikki? And all you gotta do is twerk for
Do
it.
you look at Nikki's ass and think, man, what kind of twerking could I do with that thing? Like, that's just.
It would be out of here. It would be like, yeah, that ass is pretty amazing.
Tell us about your relationship with Snoop Dogg. You have a joint with him, right?
We
On
did
your album?
we did ashtrays and heartbreaks together.
He loves you. He came in here and raved about you.
How was that
That's all.
studio session? You guys were smoking a blunt?
Just
talking to Ish?
chilling. He's one of the coolest because I work with like a bunch. I mean, I worked with a bunch of people on this record, and none of my friends they didn't really care. I mean, they think it's cool like what I do, but
Yeah.
then when you mention like you're like, oh, what are you doing today? And it's like, oh, well, I'm going in. I'm recording something with Snoop Dogg. People came out of the woodworks. Like friends are like, oh, you want me to come by the studio? We'll come hang out for sure. Like, oh, you guys need anything? We'll bring drinks for sure. I'm like, you were trying to party at the studio with Snoop Dogg. You've never come to the studio before. All my friends came that day. Everyone was trying to play him in 2K. Like it was like all my friends were coming out of the woodwork. So that was like the only I think the only thing that's ever gotten any of my friends like
Nice.
excited.
Who's your friends though? Who's your friends that
No one you would know. I don't hang out with like
Well,
super
they-
famous people. That's not my thing.
just friends?
I hang out with just the
What are they
random
from your childhood who moved to LA with you, or people you know not
random
from LA?
LA people. Random
You just
LA
collect-
people that know.
You met
Yeah.
them when you were doing Hannah Montana, or like,
No, I don't really have like I don't know my friends. I have a really weird group of friends. Like you would if no one would know who
Random
they are.
LA
And they're,
people.
yeah, just random LA people.
I like it.
A lot of the people in the video they're all just so random kind of weirdos that I hang
the
out
people
with.
in the video are all your friends?
Yeah,
You're
a
just
bunch
like,
of my
"Alright, come on, let's get
friends.
this poppin'."
Yeah, a bunch of cool friends.
What about the album? Let's get into it. Producers, now we know Mike Will. I've heard has got a bunch of tracks on the
Yeah.
album. Who else? What else is on there?
I've been working mostly really close with Mike Will and Pharrell. That's kind of been the number two. I started actually with Pharrell, like that was my first session that I did on this record, and I did a bunch of songs with him. And then I kind of thought I was done, and I thought me and Pharrell had kind of made this record. And then I went and did We Can't Stop with Mike Will, and then we just locked in. Like really, I don't even know how it happened. All of a sudden, it was like 10 songs later. So he's got about 8 tracks on my record, and me and Future locked in on his record, and so we both, we just started working. I don't even know what happened. What?
Are you a rapper?
No, I'm a singer. I'm not a twerker. I'm not a rapper. I'm a singer, and I
right,
sing with
goddammit.
Pharrell,
Draw
and
the
I sing,
effing
and
line
I
in this
sing with
bitch.
Future, and that's what we have a song, me, him, and Mr. Hudson. So it's kind of crazy.
Oh, Mr. Hudson, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Crazy.
So I do sing.
So I do want to ask you if we can get a monumental twerk at Hot 97. Miley Cyrus and Hot 97. Now you
You
can
don't have
say
enough
no.
ones in your pocket.
I don't. I was gonna say I'm overdrawn on my account.
You're
currently,
pushing
and we
it.
actually talked about, do we make it rain while Miley Cyrus is here?
You can make it rain, but I'm not gonna twerk.
No twerk at all. I have
I'm
a
gonna
folder
have to,
here.
I think I'm gonna have to retire that at some point. It's gotten too much of like that's what people think I do, and I'm like I really
It's not
can't
the only- It's not
the only
sing.
It's not the only thing. I think everyone knows you can sing. Once again, I think
And you know
it
I
is
can twerk. Watch
amazing.
my videos, so there.
What about this? Don't make fun of me. July 20th, my birthday. Wait for it.
How is it about you?
Hold on. Wait for it. Odd Future headlining. Maybe Miley comes out then on the stage.
Yeah, where's the party at?
It's in Brooklyn outside, 7,000 people with Odd Future headlining.
Dang, really?
Yes.
Is that?
I need the
good?
invite. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if
Maybe
I can
that's
make
a
it.
twerk
We'll
night.
see if I can
I'd say
pencil you
it
in.
might- it could happen
You just
there.
gotta get me there, and you just gotta get
the
me
one-
like turn up on my own
Just turn up,
time,
let you
and
turn
then
up on your own.
exactly,
Right,
exactly.
you can't
can't
be there,
you'll turn up.
Yeah, you can't like schedule it. You know, just
Right.
like go.
I
or
think
you
that's
gotta
the
do
problem.
homies.
Is if I wouldn't have asked and you would have just hit the record,
might
Like I
it
didn't,
would have happened.
but I didn't like that. Didn't happen at like the Juicy show. That wasn't like I wasn't trying to perform with Juicy. I was
Got
just
it.
back there. I was with Wiz and Amber, and then he pulled some girl up on stage and was throwing money at her, and he was like, Psh, Wiz was back there and was like, "You can do that way better than her," and
Wiz
she's
put the
making
battery
money.
in your back.
Yeah, and so he like pushed me out there. I'm like, "All right, let's go." So I grabbed Juicy's girl, and we just ended up like going out there because he was like, "This is embarrassing." He was like, "Girl, you got to get out there," and so then Amber just like kept pushing me to go, and so yeah, so that's kind of how that ended up happening. It wasn't a
So
That's
listen,
amazing.
the only way you're gonna get a Miley Cyrus twerk is impromptu.
Yep.
Maybe some drink. What do you drink? What do you
Wiz.
drink? What do you drink?
Malibu,
Malibu.
Miley Boo. That's what we call it.
Miley Boo.
Miley
We have
Boo.
Miley
In case
Boo
you're wondering
Monday.
if she's still a white girl in her. When she orders that Malibu.
I'm only 20. I don't like the hard shit. It's
Yeah,
like,
fair enough.
Okay, she's early in the game, but that's you got to paint the picture right, and then it might happen.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't twerk on command. She don't do
yeah, you can't do it. Once a trick, twice a show. So
But
I
you
have
see-
a folder. The folder's called Twerk at Work.
Twerk
And
at
every
Work.
Wednesday we get people to twerk at work, and we had it already.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well-
You have on my favorite song.
See?
No, yep. But I'm not gonna twerk to it. But you
No
have no idea. I
twerking.
listen to this every morning to put me
Well,
in a
we
good
can play
mood.
it
This
here.
is my ringtone to wake
Play that
me
loud
up.
anyway so people can hear it.
Cypher Sounds is currently playing the thong song.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon for Syph, by the way.
Eh.
Just a
The
good
best
note.
music video of all time. The best music
With
video
all
of
the
all time.
asses lined up.
But just when he does the front flip. When he does the front flip over all the girls.
Front flip.
The front flip, and then all of a sudden, and then on that high note, when it just all of a sudden there's like the stage, the wind, the all white. I watch this video way too much. This is my alarm song. Or you can go to Nelly, who I just did a song with.
There's someone Ellie.
For his
So
album?
thong song, Nelly, drop down and get you
I'm
eagle
kind
on.
of picking the cheesy ones. I'm just looking. All of it's good. You got everything on here. I need this playlist.
Twerk at
Where's the
Work.
Mike will made it section?
Oh, it's in there.
Probably
It's on the
everything.
thing. Yeah.
Miley Cyrus, ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Thanks so
once
much.
again, let's hit the album before you go. What's the album
For
date?
show. We actually don't know yet the album
know.
date, but later this year.
Okay, later
gotta
this year.
look into
Mike
it.
Will made it. Pharrell, Future.
Yeah.
Any other
Everybody's,
rappers?
Yeah, Luda. We've got Big Sean. Did something with yeah. It's Big Sean like went super crazy.
Yo,
so
I love the
really,
whole Disney transition to
excited.
Ratchet Street hip hop thing.
Thank
I'm all
you.
about
Juicy, of course. So yeah.
it. You love
that's
Juicy
why I
J.
said I
love me
That's
some
the
Juicy
Tennessee
J.
connection,
Yeah,
though.
is that
right?
what it is?
He's
Where
from
did
Memphis.
where did the true love for Juicy come from?
He was kind of one of the first dudes to kind of like jump on my record with me and do a feature with me. Besides, I mean, I worked with some people, but he was kind of the one that like showed like real love. And the crazy thing about Juicy is you can call him anytime and ask him for like a hook, ask him for whatever, and it's like really is done. He calls it Ratchet Studios. It's in his car, and you can go, and he really had a mic in the front seat the first time I ever met him. He was like, "This is Ratchet Studios." Like, I'm like, "Oh my god." He's like, "Yeah, we did bands in here." Like, and it was literally in the front.
That's
It was
so
literally in
tight.
the front of his car. So he was like the first one that I met that I'm like, he really is like, he's like, I mean, to me, like the most legit dude, because he's always like on it. He really is always doing that, like in the front of his car. Like
And he's
that
been
crazy.
doing it for 20 years.
I know, it's crazy. And also, I mean, I think anyone I love what he does because he can come out and he can do bands, but he's still like, he's got an Oscar. So it's like,
Right.
you know, you can't take that
And
away
he's a
from him.
cool motherfucker.
Yeah, you
like,
can't take that
cool,
away
down
from him.
to
He can
earth.
kind of, yeah, he's just the coolest guy. I think anyone from Nashville, well, he's from Memphis, but anyone from Tennessee is the coolest. So
Who else? Wait, hold on. Who else was on that all-time Tennessee list then?
Justin Timberlake is my other
Good one.
homie who,
Score.
which the
Score.
reason, it was actually crazy when I first went to sign to my label, he was walking out with his record when I was walking in with my record. And it was kind of like, for me, I felt like it was a moment. It was like I knew I was in the right place at the right time because it was just, he kind of did exactly what I did, made that transition, but also just from growing up like in the town that I'm from and the way people see him now and the way he's really shed everything he did when he was younger and just, you know, I respect him a lot. So it was
What town are you from in Tennessee?
I'm from Nashville. You wouldn't know where I'm from. I'm from Thompson Station. That's like 45 minutes out of Nashville.
Well, I went to Bonners, so I
one's
just
there.
drove through random Tennessee towns the other
Literally,
day.
when we moved there, there's no one there. My dad had to put up street lights because no one lives on. There's no one on our street, and literally, it's like two houses, like farmhouses. So when we moved there, my dad was like, I don't want my kids out in the country by themselves. So he literally put up like street lights, stop signs, everything. Like made this town a
paper.
town.
That's
Wow,
real
that
paper.
is
That's
crazy.
He
real
made
paper.
a town
That's
a
the craziest
town.
thing I've learned today.
Yeah.
And now other people live there.
Yeah, but not many people. I mean, there's like no. I live on a 500-acre farm.
Were you homeschooled?
No, I went to school.
In a different town.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a drive. Yeah.
Miley Cyrus, ladies and gentlemen. What a
I
treat.
love it. I love it. High fives. I'm going to get you to twerk one day.
I know.